Hello everybody, and welcome back to Temple of Technology. You can see it down there at the bottom, Temple of Technology. I'm going to remove that for now. It's not really adding anything to this particular stream because the folks of this stream is trying to figure out what's gone wrong with this 4K camera, because it is, while it's certainly recording in many additional pixels, it is not a higher quality at all camera. In fact, the camera kind of sucks, and it wasn't a cheap camera. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get this squared away. So I have rearranged my desk and rearranged my inputs to the computer. Every camera is feeding into its own USB 3.0 input. I have, in fact, arranged, if I can pull it up here for you, yeah. I have arranged the two primary cameras, the 4K camera on the left here and my Logitech 920C on the right. They are exactly the same distance to me, give or take an inch. They are at the same height. They're at the same angle. And I'm going to show you the difference between these two and why it's annoying me so much, given that I have some nice webcams and some crappy webcams. So I'm going to take this picture down. This is camera 1. This is my primary Logitech 920C that I've been using forever. And this is the new 4K camera. For the same distance, you can see there's a lot more real estate going on here. There's more stuff going, and it's just, but it's not so sharp. I mean, the difference between that and this is insane. And to make things even worse, I'm gonna turn off all the cameras. And we'll go over here to camera 2, which is a really crappy camera that I ended up getting for free because they tried to screw me around on the shipping, and it's just no good. It's not a great camera. It doesn't do autofocus. It doesn't do a lot of the things that my C90 will do over here. In fact, if you turn it over here, you can see those cameras sitting right here, right? They are right there. The same lighting conditions, everything is the same for those cameras. But over here, you know, we got just me hanging out, but I'm in sharp definition. You can see my face. I'm not blurry in any way. It's not a bad camera for what I need to do, and it's certainly better than this one. Because, I mean, even without my glasses on, I know that that's blurry. So there's a lot of things that could be different about... I have 2 viewers, thank you very much. If you have anything to say about 4K cameras or the Logitech 920 camera, please do so. I'd be happy to discuss cameras today. In fact, discussing cameras today is it's just what I want to do. I want to figure out what's wrong, right? What's wrong. Make sure that that chat window is up in here. Make sure that chat box is activated. It's not normally on my main screen right now. I'm going to be doing a lot of extra stuff with that. Why can't I find it? All right, well, got that up there. That's good. Why is the chat box not here? There's the chat box. All right, I'm going to put chats over here on the right. If you happen to chat, I will see it over there. All right, and then we've got our viewer count down there as well. Not that many registered viewers, right? What are we going to be able to do? So I got to thinking about this freaking camera. And we'll go back to camera 1, so I'm not going to want to stab myself in the eyes. I have put this camera pretty much everywhere on my desk, the one you're looking at right now. And it takes great pictures. And one of the main reasons that I put it up on top of the monitor was that my job, my current job, means that I have another computer that sets in this exact space. So during the day, I don't want to be moving stuff up and down and all around. I leave the camera up on top of the monitor and everything is fine. I tried to mount this camera, and by this camera I mean this 4K camera. I tried to mount that on top of the monitor, but there is a problem in that it's if you look at pure volume, right, it's the difference between a marble and a softball as to how the camera puts together. But this is the clamp. This is the clamp that it goes on to fit on top. In fact, right there you can see there's a giant increase in quality the closer you get to this camera. But this clamp, that's a hard metal clamp. This is made of iron. And there's a soft rubbery bit right here. But my monitors are nice monitors, right? I don't want a C-clamp holding my monitor together to keep my webcam up there. I would rather buy another one of these arms and just mount a webcam on it, right? I may end up doing that anyway before this whole thing is through, which seems hilarious given that the arm cost me more than... 4 viewers now. Welcome, viewers. Hey, all sorts of people are watching. Please let me know what you think of the quality of this supposed 4K webcam here versus... versus this 1080p webcam, which I love. I love this webcam. It's the kind of thing, I think they hit it out of the park with one shot in putting together this Logitech C90. It's made for streaming. It has an okay microphone. I don't use the microphone. I use my my MGXU to get everything. Actually, I use my I use my soundboard through this monitor to do that, and I have a nice monitor. It's nice microphone. Everything is fine, but I got to thinking, what if it's the distance between myself and this webcam that makes the difference? And so I am going to leave the CX90 where it is, and I'm going to pull this thing all the way to the front of my desk. I'm going to set it right here. You see that it's, there's another 8 inches of difference between those two cameras. So here I am talking into this thing, and it looks sharper. It looks, hey Wes, how do you think of this new camera? Because I don't like it. That's, other than the number of pixels it's recording, it's not a nicer camera, unless there's something going on with my normal camera that is just, makes it nice. Gives me I don't put any filters on this thing. I don't change it up or fix things around. Yeah, it looks hella blurry, right? And it's insane that a 4K camera should look like shit. And here's the here's camera 2, right? Also 1080p. And I thought I'd be upgrading by getting this new 4K camera or something like this, but it's not. It's a downgrade in every way. The microphone doesn't work all that well. The focal length. This is where I had them set up directly next to each other, and it was still blurry. I just didn't care for it. But so there's that. And if I shove it directly in front of myself right here, and I'm talking straight into it, I think it's marginally better. Marginally better in terms of stuff. When I put my finger in here, you can really see my finger. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Well, I'll turn the lights off, see what happens. Computer, lights off. Computer, office lights off. No, nothing. Nothing. It's fixed length. It's in fact the damn thing isn't working. So I mean, if I'm right here, things look great. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got the light on, right? The light is on. You can't see the light. Oh, you can see the light and reflection there. Yeah, my right hand looks great. When it's right here in front of the camera. But I can't leave this thing in my face the entire time. You know, so if I just want to lean in here and talk directly into this microphone, sure, I look fantastic. But it needs a focal length of more than 8 inches to do streaming. I mean, that's just, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know, if I pull up the Logitech to the same distance here, right? Let me pop this thing over here. You'll see the difference. The image quality is the same. I'm just closer. That's it. There isn't a marked difference. And I can zoom in on this a lot more. This is the base focal length for this camera. And if I put it way back here, look at that. So I just moved that a foot further back. And the camera image didn't change at all. It's just a better camera. And I'm saddened. It shouldn't be that way. So I'm going to do that same thing I just did with the 4K camera. Here I am up front. Hello 4K camera. And I'm going to slide you back to that same distance. That same distance right there. And I'm going to aim it towards my face so you get a somewhat idea of what's going on. I don't know why this camera that was touted as a streamer's best friend, this camera, they're still saying it, but they got no support on their website. They got nothing that would help you diagnose this problem. There's no firmware I can update. The instructions are plug it in and go. All right, that's the only instructions they have in here is plug it in and go. Every one of these cameras is going into the PC in a dedicated condition. I don't know what the issue is. I got an amazing graphics card. You know, all of the issues are fine. We're at the right resolution. In fact, it gets worse if I downgrade this camera to 1080p. It gets way worse. Watch this. So this is at the normal 4K resolution. Right, Don? I mean, there has to be something going on, but there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. I'm going to try hooking this thing up to a Mac instead of a PC. I don't know, but here is... properties. All right, so the resolution right now is 3840 by 2160. That's 4K resolution. What camera is it? Oh, great question, Don. It is this guy. The Movo WebMic 4K Pro. It just came today. I kickstarted it. What the Movo website shows it, and it's got all of their great stuff. It's got a cardioid condensing microphone in here. It's got this ring light around it. I got a 2-year warranty on the thing, right? So we're gonna send these things back until I get something that actually works. Built-in camera provides crisp, clear images with 4K resolution at 25 frames per second. It's designed to capture sound in front of the microphone and effectively reduce unwanted background noise, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. It's just not good. I don't know why it's not good. But if I go device default, yeah, it just flashed a little bit there, but we're at the same resolution. 3840 by 2160. Nothing really great. In fact, in the tiny window here, it looks fantastic. I mean, it's not exactly what I want, but it looks great. So maybe it's just that I'm not screwing around on this big. Let's go 25 frames per second. See if that changes anything. No, it just affects the brightness slightly. Yeah. Color space is fine. Color range is fine. Logitech buffering. You know, this, just the basic defaults for this thing should be fine. But it looks like crap. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to shrink these windows down, and we can compare how that looks. So I'm going to shrink that guy down to there. I'll go to camera 1, and we'll shrink camera 1 down to there. And to make things fun, we'll go camera 2, which is not an issue at all, camera 2. But we'll shrink him down and put him on top. So here's all 3 images going. And there's a slight bettering, you could say, with this at a smaller input. But side by side with the C920 there, and then the 4K over there, and then the piece of crap one right there. I mean, just look at the color of my shirt, right? That's the biggest thing. The color of my shirt should not change. It's not that different of a it's not that different of a color space. Maybe I'm overthinking this, right? Maybe I'm just I'm hunting unicorns, I guess. I don't know. Let me crop this image until corner. Yeah, it's to wait 5 months for this thing and then have it come out the gate like this. That's no good. It's no bueno. So I am going to trim this image here until it is more like that image. And I'm gonna slide these in here again so that they are the same distance apart. I'm just gonna center it on my body. That's all I'm gonna do. And we'll leave camera 2 where it belongs to make these things go great. Oh no, see, I didn't want the whole thing to go up and down. That's wrong. Alright, camera 3 right there. We're just gonna pull it up till it meets the thing here. Yeah. The exact same image space, 4K image in the same spot as the 1080p image. Whichever way I'm supposed to be putting. I can't hack it. I could have got the normal HD version of this instead of the 4K. Fuck, I could have got 2 of them for the price of the 4K. But the whole point of spending this money on a webcam was to get a better webcam. Alright, technically proficient, physically flawed is what it says here. Ooh, that's not the best. Alright, let's read this thing off. We're talking about Tom's Hardware. Tom'sHardware.com. If you want to follow along, here is the link in chat. Alright, technically proficient, physically flawed. How do I mount this? Yes, the mount is a giant problem. Plus his strong camera center, great microphone, included ring light, bulky body. Monitor mount will be unusable. Yeah, gimbal suffers from shaky cam and nose cam when played on desk. Absolutely true. Yeah, Holding the camera's gimbal, attach the entire microphone over the top of your monitor. Bulky makes your monitor look a little like you have the Eye of Sauron constantly staring down at you. Very true. Support that bulk. The included monitor works via, and I'm going to show you this thing here for those who came in late, just like it says here on the review. 1.5-inch long clamp. Doesn't mix well with thin bezel curved back monitors, and this is the clamp. It's a giant piece of iron, and look at that thing, right? You put this on my nice monitor, and it breaks the monitor. I can see it compressing the LED, and there's weird shit going around. And the only way to rotate it is by this little screw that fits in right here. Yeah, well, Iron Man had Jarvis to deal with this shit for him. This little screw that fits in here, and the screw broke off in my hand. It broke off in my hand while I was tightening and untightening the screw. 20 minutes out of the box, I got to make a warranty claim to get another one of these screws so I could put it on the clamp and maybe stick it on an arm or something. But I'm not happy with this purchase. And, you know, it's a Kickstarter, right? You don't really get a return. But with the warranty, I can just exchange it over and over again until I get something that works. But look at this difference here. This camera versus this camera. There's no contest, right? It's all about this Logitech camera, which has its own software suite. It gets a well-lit room here. All right, packs a lot of value. Thanks to include condenser microphone. I wanted to test against a dedicated 200 premium weight run, like the or more consumer-friendly, like the Logic C920, the exact camera that I have here. The answer is it falls sort of in between. High quality enough, whether you prefer it on subjectives. My window's curtained up, most of the lights in my home turned on. Shots weren't quite as bright as the Pro and appeared fuzzier. Yes, very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. C920 looked fuzzier than either competitor. Well, that's crazy. No, C920 looks fantastic. All right, so the next thing that Tom's hardware does is it turns off the lights. So, computer, office lights off. All right, turned off that light. I'm going to turn off that light. And now we're going to turn off this light. So the only light I've got going right now is going to be this one right here. The one straight off the camera. So I'm going to turn it up slightly. Buttons I can push in the back end. Yep, Logitech's still looking better. Look at, I'm all washed out. I'm a white guy. I mean, I'm whitish to start with, but compared to this, I got nothing. And look at this guy here, right? The Logitech is looking fantastic. I'll even put it behind the camera slightly, behind the light. I don't know what's going on here. 3 different lighting levels, yada yada yada. Shots are fuzzier, camera has more adjustment, and photos have cooler tone to their lighting. I just don't dig it. I don't dig it. Reading through a couple more of these things. Special features. Are there special features? Yeah, the special features are all about some, but I mean, I'm all washed out. Right? That's no good. I'm going to turn on one more light. Turn on another light. All the lumens. Look here. The Logitech. Good shadows. Everything's going on. Computer, office lights on. Computer, lights on. Computer, lights 100%. Make sure. Oh, that's not 100%. That's 10%. Computer, lights full. Yeah, that's all the lights there. Boasts an impressively above average camera and microphone. This is not above average. Neither live up to what you find dedicated exclusive posts are hampered by how difficult it is to mount the device in a way it doesn't disrupt your shot. Yes. Doesn't live up to something. Yeah. Nor is the microphone. Yeah. So for things at the same price point, you're trading away quality for potential. So what I gotta do now is get another 4K camera, right? And I write these things off. It's part of my business. That shouldn't be that tricky. Does Logitech make a 4K camera? Let's find out. And how fast can I get it? It does. They are expensive. All right. There's a Brio and a Miro, but Logitech does have a 4K camera. Does it have light? Ultra 4K resolution, 5x HD zoom. Well, that's nice. That's nicer all the way around. Yeah, I know. It's up to 90 frames per second. Wow, that's pretty awesome. All right, here's a crappy 4K camera for $40, or I can get the real one for, you know, a respectable amount of dollars. There's a couple of nice ones here I'm looking at. One is the Logitech, and one will be the Elgato Phase Cam. Logitech is on sale, so I like that. Fixed focus, onboard memory, optimized for indoor lighting. Oh, it's all pretty sexy. It's just 1080p though. That's not what I want. I want 4K. I gotta have my 4Ks. All right. Well, that's half an hour of complaining, but I got more A/B testing done, and that's important. I'm gonna try a stream with this new one later. I already know the microphone is for crap, so somebody might be getting a gift. That's what I'm saying. USB, 100 times optical zoom, yeah. 1mm focal length. Let's look that up on Tom's Hardware, shall we? Before we spend money. Search. I'm searching for Brio 4K webcam. That's what I'm searching for. Well, that pops right up on Best Webcams of 2021. The C920, the camera I already have. Don't have to worry too much about that. Getting another one of those has been an option this entire time. I could just get another one. Dell Ultra Sharp. 4K. Lots of features, yada yada yada. The Razer Kaio, which is like this in that it has a ring around it. It just does not have a microphone. But it's only 1080p. The Prio Pro, also 1080p. The C930, which is an up jumped C20. Sold out pretty much everywhere. Okay. Here's the Brio 4K. What does it say? Expensive. Clip doesn't hold tightly to monitors and laptops. Don't care about that so much. Privacy cover. Yada, yada, yada. It is, I mean, it's a 4 or 5 year old camera. It does fall behind. Yeah. There's the Elgato one I was looking at. So I'm seeing here is I just don't need a 4K camera. Right? The 1080p camera seems to work fine. You can see the actual color of my shirt. There's nothing weird going on there. Yeah. 1080p. There's the anchor. The anchor's nice. Yeah. Not a lot of decent 4K cameras here. I'm just going to look for 4K webcam. See what pops up. You have an anchor. Oh, tell me about it. All right. So yeah, I've seen the normal anchor, and I do like the normal anchor, but I've got a Logitech C90. C920 rather, and in fact I have two of them because I got one downstairs too, hooked up to our TV and the Mac that's down there. Hmm. 4K autofocus here for 60 bucks. Not a lot of ratings. Bunch of questions. PowerConf 300. Yeah, that was on the Tom's article. It looked pretty good. Oversaturated like what we're seeing here on this 4K, or more like over in the reds. Oh, is this the one you use in your front room when we do the calls? Yeah, that PowerConf C300 is a nice machine. I do like it. 60 frames a second, that doesn't suck. You can get it renewed. That's good. Yeah, it's if I was looking for a one plug solution, it's software. Software is the important thing. There's Logitech software, and I can do things with it. I can switch things about. Performance mode. Yeah, I don't think that changed anything right there. What kind of filters can I apply to this? No filters. What other properties can I do with this? See if I can configure my video any better using Streamlabs. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It was hidden behind. So I can tweak the gamma, I can tweak the white balance, I can tweak the gain. Yeah, we don't want to tweak the gain. Gain is bad. Don't tweak the gain. I could tweak the brightness. We don't want to tweak the brightness. I could tweak the contrast. That actually helps a little bit, tweaking the contrast. Contrast down, contrast up. Just tweak a little bit. Yeah, don't tweak the gain. Drop our saturation down. No, we like the color. Color saturation in the middle is fine. Sharpen it up, sharpen it down, sharpen it. The sharpness does nothing. It's like the TV. There's no difference at all. Go back to the defaults. Yeah, what about my backlighting? No, I don't want that. Camera control, I can tweak the exposure. I turned off low light compensation. That looks like crap. Turn it back on. Auto exposure there. All right, well. And that's really all I can deal with. There's no zoom, no nothing. Yeah, I'm not vain. I'm not a vain man. But this guy here, this one, looks great. And that guy, I don't know so much about that guy. All right, and up here on camera 2 where we stay classy. That guy's got a lot going for him. I am willing to try another 4K camera. This one, I don't know. In fact, if just to throw this back into the fit the screen. Transform, let's reset all of that. All right, so this is the biggest thing here, right? So this is a quarter of the picture is visible here in this window. And if I do the same thing to camera 1, updated firmware, very important. Reset, transform, yeah. So this is the full that's the full run there. All right, that's everything you get to see on camera 1. And then this, that's the full run of that. And if I was to grab this and pick it up, you see all the extra pixels that aren't really doing anything to help us. So what can you do, right? Not much. We learn. Reset, transform down there. Turn that guy back on, and that's me. 4 viewers, welcome more viewers. Hope we are not too boring talking about videos. There's a whole bunch of people here. Lots of these people are robots. I think my actual viewers are Wes and Dawn. But if you are one of these other folks, if you are another TV viewer, Candyest, Cac606, Painfulest, or Trude Albert, let us know in the comments what you think of the 4K camera versus the 1080p camera, the 1K camera as it were, versus 4K, depending on how you go up or down. Yeah, I know my opinion on how that works. Yeah, I didn't. I disconnected all the cameras. The cameras are only set up on this scene here, and I'm gonna have to redo where all my graphics go and how everything goes to get game streams running. But it's been a long experiment to get this camera installed and here in the house, and I don't think it was a good experiment. So I'm going to set that there in the corner and let it live there for a while. And then we will set this to stretch the screen. There we go. So when I want an extreme shot there, or if I'm looking at the Xbox, This camera here will help me stay classy. But otherwise, I don't think it's a great camera. I don't think it's going to do for me what I need it to do. And I think in general, it was a waste of money. I should have gone for the HD ones. Of course, the HD ones suck too, according to Tom's Hardware. So, who knows? Let's go back to camera 1. Let's set that guy up where it belongs. Stretch the screen. Hey, everyone. So that was my stream for the night. I'm going to put this camera back up there where it belongs. So I'm not always staring up at the screen. I'll at least be staring into it. And then camera 2, of course, or we stay classy. You can stay right there for a while. And that's it. Thank you for coming out to the Temple of Technology. Services are often. Now that was supposed to embiggen. Why didn't that embiggen? Fit the screen. There we go. Embiggened. Hooray! This is my preferred view, by the way, when I go green screen all the way around. You can see my green curtain there, which will go over the comic books and all of this hardware, and then I've got pop-up green screen behind me. It'd be interesting to try out recordings with this 4K camera against the green screen, and I guess that's my next shot, is to try that. Scintillating content. Would you lie? No, Don Glover the Younger. You would not lie at all. Not where you could get caught. And that's it. That's my plan. That's my pitch. I am going to redo everything again because that's fun. But hey, you stay classy, internet. My stream's ending. And if you haven't already, why not buy my books? Go to arsentertainment.com, a progressive publisher with who focuses on independent authors and their voices and stories that they want to tell. You can buy my books there, most of my books, not all of them. Some you can only buy through Amazon. But that's not my fault. They paid me for them. So they're willing to sell them however they want. You can buy my partner Lindsay's book. You can buy my friend Evan Peterson's book. I think you should buy Evan's book, not only because I want to make money on it, but because it is a damn fine exploration of humanity, identity, and what it means to be human. Because it's about Frankenstein's monster, who is more human than human in many ways. Well, that's it. That's my pitch. Buy my books. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever you gotta do to get my updates. But do not pay me. Whatever you do, don't pay me for this content, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, as is evidenced by, this webcam. It seemed like a good thing to pitch. It seemed like a good thing to kickstart, and it just didn't end up that way. Oh well. That's it. That's the spiel. I will chat with you kids later. Y'all have a great rest of your day.